Okay, guys, Marvel fans out there, let's do this. Let's go over the enormous slate of projects that Marvel has lined up between now and 2024. I'm going to give you what I think the upcoming movies and Disney Plus projects are and what year and dates they will release. So, without further ado, let's get into this. Now, I'm basing this off of the article of what to expect on Marvel's Disney Plus Day, which is coming up in November this year. So we're going to start with what they're saying they're expecting on as far as on the Disney Plus side, and then we'll go into the films. All right. So the first thing that they're expecting is a Miss Marvel trailer. Last year's Investors Day fact sheets had Miss Marvel set for 2021 release on the streaming service. Unfortunately, though things change, especially during the ongoing health crisis, we are now going to have to wait until 2022 for the series to introduce Kamala Khan to the MCU. We don't have an updated date for Miss Marvel yet, which I believe is around February-ish, but it really seems like it will be ready to go to kick off next year. Although I've wondered myself if they may choose to stream it closer to Secret Invasion and the Marvels, given the connectivity of the projects, so a full trailer with a release date reveal would be in line. So they're looking for a Miss Marvel trailer. Now, they're also going to be looking for a first look at SheHulk. Unlike Moon Knight info on Marvel's legal comedy, SheHulk made its way into the world during production. We've seen a few glimpses and characters, learned who Jamila Jamil is playing, and heard some other awesome rumors about the series that make it sound like it'll be a blast. Scar, Daredevil is to name a few. With that in mind, it would be great for Marvel Studios to give us a first look at whether it will be a trailer or a sizzle reel to give fans a sense of just what the store tonally for the show, especially from star Tatiana Maslany. And I agree with that. I think that will be a good first look to kind of see the tone of the show, what it'll be like. I'm excited for that one as well. Now, they're expecting a Moon Knight sizzle reel. Moon Knight has been tough nut to crack. Any leaks have been trickles, with only one leaked photo of the costume hitting the web at this point, which looked pretty good, in my opinion. We still don't know how any of these series leads, other than Oscar Isaac, will be playing, and there's no plot information to be found. November 12th is likely a fix to all of that, with a sizzle reel similar to what we saw from Miss Marvel last year at the Investors Day. So that's number 3. Now, they want to see a casting update on Secret Invasion. Secret Invasion is set to begin filming shortly, and while the trades have reported on casting outside of Samuel Jackson and Ben Mendelsohn, the project remains pretty secretive. With a name like Secret Invasion, it should. It would be great to get some more info on the project, including learning the roles of stars Emilia Clarke, Olivia Colman, and Kingsley Ben-Adir. And Charles Murphy saying he knows that he is playing a Skrull. So, all right. Now, one thing that they did miss on this is we are going to get What If Season 2, I think next year at this time, before we get Secret Invasion. So, looks like Secret Invasion will probably be released around this time next year. That's the idea. And they are filming that right now. Now, the next thing they're looking for is an official announcement for Echo and Werewolf by Night. Among the more perplexing things about the slew of announcements made at 2020's Disney Investors Day was the absence of a couple projects from the fact sheet that it turns out will go into production and probably stream before a few that were on there. Echo and Werewolf by Night are now both known to be happening, but Marvel Studios has remained quiet about them despite openly looking for cast members for at least one of them. Echo has been casting for some time, and the Disney Plus Day special would be a good time to update fans on them if they will or if they are likely to be included in the 2022 slate. Now, I do know on this one that they're saying Werewolf by Night might be an October release for Halloween next year. I don't know about that. Maybe 2023. They're probably waiting on Echo just to see the response from Hawkeye, and before they really announce anything. So with this date coming up right before Hawkeye, they may announce it. Now it goes on to say, a tease for future Disney Plus projects. Marvel Studios has about a dozen or so streaming series in the development. We know some are animated and some are live action, but we don't know what any of them are. A little tease can go a long way here in hyping up fans for the future of the streaming service. What better way to get the fans to buy a 3-year sub than to tease this awesome stuff that they can see over the next 3 years? We have an untitled Wakanda project, a Ghost Rider project, a Secret Warriors project, an Illuminati project, a Nomad project, and more could be among these teasers. So with that on the Disney Plus side, I've heard about a couple of those. I've also heard about them possibly doing not the Dark Avengers specifically, but it was the Thunderbolts, maybe also on the streaming side. And then with Ghost Rider, they're looking at Sons of Midnight possibly, or maybe changing that up. But a lot of projects in that. And I also have heard of a possible Luke Cage and Danny Rand team-up show, Heroes for Hire, but that's just been rumors. So, all right, now moving on to the trailers for the movies. I don't think any of this stuff will actually be featured at Disney Plus Day, but May 6, 2022, we know we are getting a Thor Love and Thunder movie. So back in May, Marvel Studios released a video celebrating their return to theaters. That video sneakily gave us a look at Black Widow and Eternals, while also revealing some release dates and title changes. We might get something similar as part of the Disney Plus Day that would offer a first look at Thor Love and Thunder, Black Panther Wakanda Forever, and the Marvels, and even Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, all of which will have plenty of footage available to put out a few key scenes. I don't know about that. I don't think that's going to happen, not on a Disney Plus Day. So I disagree on that. And also, they just like totally skipped over Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. We haven't even gotten a trailer for that. So I don't expect that one, guys. Now, filling out the 2023 film slate. This is what they have. As of today, Marvel Studios has 5 films slated to hit theaters in 2023. Of those 5, only 2 have a release date. With 2022 films looking very likely to stay put and stay theatrical, it would be pleasing to fans to learn the identities of the 2023 films, and it's very likely that 2 of those 3 will be as of yet unofficially announced: Captain America 4, Blade, Deadpool 3, and Fantastic Four, duking it out for that other spot. Future release dates, even tentative ones, to make the fans very happy. Disney knows this, so maybe they sneak this into the trailer mentioned above. And then they talk about the 2024 tease. Now, I thought there were 5 dates in 2023, and I couldn't figure that out why, because I couldn't find the 5 dates. I only found the 4. So what we have here, guys, is, let's see here. Hold on for me 1 second. So the 4, this is what I have. Okay. February 17th, 2023, we're going to get Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. This has already been announced. We know this is coming. I'm actually pretty hyped for it. We got Jonathan Majors as Kang in this, and that's going to be a doozy. May 5th of 2023, we are getting Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. And we know this has been confirmed by Marvel Studios. James Gunn is already working on it. So we know we're getting that. Now, there was no mention of the Christmas special that I believe was supposed to come out before this movie airs. So in 2022, around November, December, there's going to be a Guardian of the Galaxy Christmas special, which would just maybe like 1 hour episode or something. But it will be directed by James Gunn and will tie into the story to the movie. So that should be out in 2022 as well. There's no way they're releasing 8 projects in 2022, guys. There's just not enough room, time. They're going to be just on top of each other. So my bet is that Echo and even Werewolf by Night probably won't come out next year. I don't think Ironheart comes out next year, and I don't think Armor Wars comes out next year. I think those 4 probably come out in 2024. Or, 2023. And Secret Invasion will probably go later part of the year and then go into this Christmas special. So now there's a July 28th 2023 date. What do you think this date is? I think this date is Deadpool 3. And the reason why I say that is because Ryan Reynolds has been in the news recently, and he's been talking about working with the writers and the producers on the show. They're already like knee deep in it already. And he said, I believe, if I recall right, the script was like 80% done. And he was saying, and Kevin Feige backed him up on this, that it's likely that it will go in front of cameras next year. If they're going to be filming in 2022, and granted, we still got months left from where they're at, it's probably going to be early 2022, which means that film is going to be done and in the can by the end of 2022. It's not going to have too much special effects in it, probably. So my guess is that film's got to be releasing in 2023. Now, there were reportedly 5 dates. I thought there was an October date, but I couldn't find it. But they're saying July 28th, 2023. So I think this could get that summer date that after Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and that's my vote. And if there is an October date, my next vote for that's going to be Blade. I think that's where they would put Blade, because they're going to want him out for Halloween. I believe it was like October 3rd or something. Now, a lot of this is all dependent upon Spider-Man, because Spider-Man and Sony's schedule is to release every 2 years. But because they had to push back the release this year to 2020, the end of 2021, I don't think they're going to rush another Spider-Man out by the summer of 2023, because that's could have been, like, Marvel can't claim those dates. Sony has to claim those dates. If Marvel has a July 28th date, that means that there's no Sony Spider-Man coming out for that July the 4th weekend, because they're not going to put them that close. So my thought is that they're probably going to, and I'll get to this when we get to the 2024 dates, but Spider-Man is probably going to be 2024. So we got Blade at the October date, if that is true. Now, we know that they have the director, they got the producers that's coming along, but it's not as far along as Deadpool. So that's why I'm saying that this is going to come out after Deadpool. Now, for the November date that they have in 2023, if they don't combine those dates or move them, I think it's going to be the Fantastic Four. I'm kind of hesitant on this because that's going to be a quick turnaround for John Watts, but that gives him 2 years. That's what he was doing with that's what he was doing on the Spider-Man movies. So this would be about 2 years from the release of Spider-Man No Way Home, and they've already had it, wrapped for a while. So I think that November 2023 date will be the Fantastic Four. And they're starting to rev up on it. Still no casting news. We know the director, we know some of the producers and the writers, but that's where they're at. Those 3 films are all, Deadpool's actually ahead of schedule out of the other 2, but they're all in active development and getting going. So that's why I'm giving those dates to those 2. Now, with that being said, if they do those 5 movies, that means if they only do 4, one of those is getting pushed back to the February date of 2024 that they have. So that, take that with a grain of salt. But there's a February 16th, 2024 date. Some people thought that might be the Deadpool date, because that's when it originally aired, when it was with Fox. I could kind of see that if they're going that route again, but I don't know. It just depends on what the movie's about. But if they don't go that way, I think that February 6th, 2024 may actually be our first look at Hulk versus Wolverine. And at first I thought that they would make this a Disney Plus show and maybe just make it a short or an encounter. They could easily put this into a movie as well. But if rumors are right about Hulk's rights being back at Marvel, or them working something out, and I do believe that they can, the contract about the distribution rights for Hulk are kind of iffy, because if you name the movie Hulk versus Wolverine or Wolverine versus Hulk, his name's in the title. But I think that if it's with another name, maybe they can get around the contract or something. So that's iffy. But I think that could be the first movie out of the gate, with May 3rd, 2024 date and movie being the X-Men, and specifically the Uncanny XMen from Marvel Studios. I think they're coming in 2024. There were rumors that the movie could be called The Mutants. So maybe you get the mutants first, and then you get, a Hulk versus Wolverine, and then Uncanny X-Men. But It just depends if they're separating those movies. And a lot of it, there's a lot of stuff up in the air because we don't know if we're getting a Black Widow sequel. We don't know if we're getting a Shang-Chi sequel. We don't know if we're getting an Eternal sequel. It's really hard to say with those 3 movies if they're going to be one-offs or what, with everything that's going on. But I believe that July 26th of 2024 could be potentially like a Shang-Chi sequel. It would probably be about time for that, or they might do Black Widow with Florence Pugh, or Thunderbolts, or Dark. I don't think they're gonna. I think all Avengers titles are gonna hit in 2025, and I think it's gonna be a whole year of just West Coast Avengers, Young Avengers, Dark Avengers, New Avengers. Like, I think that's how they're gonna do the whole 2025. So we're gonna be Avengered out by then. But July 26th, I think, could be a sequel, and it'll be one of those films. If they're gonna get a sequel. And then I believe that on November 8th of 2024, I agree with Grace Randolph on this. I think that is going to be your Captain America 4 movie. And that's going to be right after the election. It's a political movie. It's going to be political. It's going to fit in the times with the marketing. I believe that's where you're going to get your Captain America 4 movie. And I think that's how they're going to round it out. Now, that July 26, 2024 also could be Spider-Man, like I said, but Marvel can't call out the dates for Sony. And with them aligning a movie in July like that, that date's probably either going to change if Spider-Man does come out then, which could change up everything I'm talking about. But it still could be a sequel, and I believe it'll probably be Shang-Chi, but it depends on how Eternals do. We'll have to see. But November 8th, 2024 definitely is going to be Captain America. And I think from there, they're going to start really going into what the next Avengers team and movie and storylines is going to be about. And then once we get that Avengers movie in the May of 2025, then you'll start getting your finals for your sequels for Black Panther, Captain Marvel, Doctor Strange. You'll get those 3 wrapped up pretty soon, and then from there, who knows where we're going next. So that's what I have for the release schedule, or for the movies that I think are going to be released in that time period. Let me know if you agree down in the section, because I know 2023 is really up in the air because of Deadpool, Blade, and Fantastic Four. So those are all going to be rough, but let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Let me know the order you think that they're coming out, and what movies you want to see. Maybe something I didn't mention that you knew was in production and that's what you want to see. Let me know, point it out down in the comment section. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and I'm out.